All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge alongside the athlete professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. Season 6, Episode 4, presented by Bombastic Casino. Chucky, we're in the middle of hockey season. Was the Frozen Frenzy was Tuesday. We got the World Series on the go. NBA just kicked back up, as we mentioned last week. Man, it's been you guys are kicking ass right now too, out in Slovenia and in Ljubljana. Where should we start? Should we start with the World Series, just since it's kind of our only topic that's off hockey?
Absolutely. Go Jays, go.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm raking in a little bit of money. The odds are against me, but I'm up a little bit of profit, I think, with the Bombastic Cup.
Yeah, you won the first one. Dodgers came back, won the second, won the third. I was like, okay, we're cooking now. It's gonna be a reverse sweep, 4-1, and then, first of all, that third game, 18 innings is crazy.
Oh, I know. It was still on like when I woke up this morning, and it was like 7 or 8 a.m. here. 18 innings.
That's insane. I started watching at like the 12th inning. I was like paying attention to it on my phone for most of it. Started watching at the 12th. Fell asleep in the middle of the 18th, and I woke up and the Dodgers won. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I literally watched the last inning, and it was just a walk-off homer.
Yeah.
Like from a Canadian guy too. Canadian guy playing for the Dodgers. Like, that's messed up.
Well, I mean, where else is he gonna play? There's all the teams are American. It's not like it's hockey where there's 8 teams or whatever, 8 Canadian teams or whatever. But
well, he's got to be nice to the Blue Jays. I mean, he was probably a Blue Jays fan growing up.
He could have been. I wasn't. But then again, I'm probably the only Canadian probably the only person outside of LA and North America that's cheering for the Dodgers. But
there's a lot of bandwagon fan Dodgers. You see all the celebrities that go into the games?
Yeah, all the ones that live in LA and stuff. They always do that, though.
Yeah. You got Meghan Markle, or was it Meghan? She's married to Prince Harry or whatever.
Yeah, Meghan Markle.
She used to be like a Blue Jays fan. They used to film Suits in Toronto. Always went to the games wearing Blue Jays hats. Now she's wearing Dodgers hats. She lives in LA, so switching teams.
I thought they moved somewhere outside of America for some reason.
I think they lived in Canada for a little while.
That's what I thought, but
yeah, I don't know much about the royal stuff, but I know they aren't royals anymore.
No, they gave that back, I guess, which I don't know why. I don't know why you would. That's just, again, completely off of sports right now, but Suits is one of my favorite shows.
It was a good show.
Love it. Pissed me right off.
I need to rewatch that one.
Dude, I watch it probably at least once a year. Like once every year and a half. But pissed me right off when she leaves the show to go play princess and then just gives the princess title back, or the duchess title, whatever it was. I was like, are you kidding me? You're going to leave the show in the 8th season or whatever to go play princess, marry a prince, and then you don't even want to be a royal anymore. Like, what?
Would you forgive her if they did like a remake of it, or
yeah, absolutely.
When they do something like 10, 15 years later?
Like a reboot? Yeah.
Or does we need to wait longer because it's still too new?
No, so did you ever see Suits LA, the spinoff that they just tried to do?
I don't think so.
Okay, so they did. So after the original Suits, they did like a Pearson spinoff for just Jessica Pearson. Only did one season, got canceled. Then they tried to bring back Suits LA this past year. And like they had guest appearances from like Harvey and Lewis, and I'm not sure if Mike was in there. I only got halfway through. But Suits LA was terrible. It was not so good. Bad. All the comments were just bring back the original like the original Suits. So 100% if Meghan Markle came back to Suits, I would be like, let's go for another 5 seasons if we need to. Like, do whatever we can. Bring back Mike, bring back Rachel, bring back Harvey, Lewis Litt, and then just let them run wild. It doesn't even need to be in New York. Send them to Seattle, because in the storyline, that's where Mike and Rachel moved. So
right, yeah, it could be done in Seattle. I wonder who like owns the rights to that now. Like, you see it getting played on Netflix now. Like, I'm sure Amazon Prime or one of these big ones would pay like a boatload just to reboot that series.
Suits LA was on Prime.
Oh,
Well,
really?
well, technically it was on Crave, so that might have been.
Yeah, that's the Canadian
Would that
version.
have been
It,
Hulu?
it it used to be on Fox back in the day.
Yeah, and then what? Netflix bought the rights like a couple seasons in.
I think so.
Was Suits LA? NBC. Okay, so it's owned by NBC now, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's the entire franchise is owned by NBC Universal.
NBC. I thought it was Fox for some reason.
Yeah, I know like the streaming networks, but since like normal TV networks like NBC and stuff like that, I'm just like they all end up on streaming anyway, so I usually wait for them to pop up. But yeah, craziness. Where do we start? How do we get on the Suits topic?
All the
Blue
celebrities
Jays.
going on.
Yeah. I always see him at LA Rams games too. Now that LA's got the new stadium. But yeah, so Blue Jays, Dodgers, Jays are 1 win away from their first title in over 30 years.
They got 2 chances at home.
2 chances at home.
Is that city, the whole country just gonna explode if they win?
I think so. It'll probably be like when the Raptors won.
I feel like this is bigger. I feel like there's way more people watching.
Honestly, yeah, probably, eh?
I saw the viewership. It's crazy. Like there's around like 10 million people watching in Canada. There's like 12 or 13 million in Japan watching. They must be staying up like crazy times to watch those games.
Japan huge because of Otani and Yamamoto.
Yeah, they got a couple of Japanese guys.
Like Japan, outside of the MLB, the Japan League's the best in the world. So like they always have guys coming over.
Yeah, it's Otani looked pretty good the 2 first games in LA, but then he was pitching and couldn't handle the Jays bats.
Yeah, and then didn't hit too well last night either. So I think it was like their first 3 or first 4 hitters on the lineup were like 0-12 last night.
Well, that's a tough start.
Yeah, crazy. But we'll see. We're filming this on Thursday. I think the game 6 is tomorrow, Friday night. We'll see. We'll be streaming right after we film this, so we'll talk about what we think is going to happen tomorrow on that, and then kind of by the time we talk to everybody next, we'll see who won the World Series.
Bombastic Cup could be in my favor.
It is. I forgot to put a bet last night, but since the Jays won, we've been betting the whole time. We can't do the odds or the profit loss, but you're definitely up 3-2 because my Instagram account got suspended, so I've been trying to fight with that, and I forgot to place the bet before the game yesterday. So I've been trying to talk to people at Meta for 2 days now. But anyway, yeah, you're up in the Bombastic Cup. That's going to be going on all season long. You're off to a hot start. Even when I won, too, like my winnings, since the Dodgers were favorites or whatever, my winnings weren't even great. So technically, you were still in the lead, regardless.
I was getting some good profit on my
You're getting
wins.
some really good ones. Off to the hockey talk. I think you and I agree on this topic here. So back in the World Championships, we discussed this. An article just came out after Bedard scored a hat trick the other night. Looking great, don't get me wrong, but he said now that he'll do anything to make Canada's Olympic team. Okay. Where was that attitude in the World Championships, Bedsy, when you said you didn't want to go? When everybody was saying, if you want to go to the Olympics, you're going to have to go to the World Championships. Where was Bedard? Sitting at home. Where was Celebrini? At the World Championships with Zach Boychuk.
I honestly think it's going to be between Celebrini and Bedard too for that last spot. Like they're going head to head, and it's looking like a good battle right now. I mean, they're both getting hat tricks. The Bedard shots were absolute snipes too. So
yeah,
good to see him bouncing back this year. He's definitely doing better than I thought for the start of the season, and Chicago's doing better than I thought. But yeah, you're right. I think he's probably thinking, oh man, like I should have went to World Championships because now I probably have a legitimate chance of making the Olympics.
Yeah, who do you think should go? Because obviously you played with Celebrini a little bit at World Championships. You played with Bedard's teammate Reichel for a bit in Berlin. I mean, you've represented Team Canada in pretty much every stage besides the Olympics. So who do you think should get the tap?
I think it really depends what they need. Like, do you really need a right-handed, you know, power play specialist? He's probably both the guys I would say they're probably going to have to move to the wing. Like, I don't think you need those guys at center when you have, McDavid, you got McKinnon,
Yeah.
you got Braden Point, you got, Sam Bennett, you got all these guys that are unbelievable centers. Maybe Shifley, like the list goes on. There's lots of guys. Crosby's gonna have to move to the wing. There's certain guys, and you got Celebrini and you got Bedard. They're both technically centers, but do you need a right winger? Do you need a left winger? I'm sure Celebrini could play any position and he'd be solid, but you know, would you put Bedard on the left wing? Like, probably not.
I'd rather have Bedard on the wing than the center.
Yeah, get him as a right wing, but they're also
Yeah.
strong at the right wing
Yeah.
position too. So it's so hard to see those guys making the team. I think it's only going to be one of them. I think.
Yeah, it'd be tough for them both. Right now, Celebrini's got 16 points, 6 goals in 10 games, and Bedard's got 12 points, 6 goals in 10 games. So they're pretty even. And like the one thing I do like about Bedard's game this year is he's not taking shit from people. I think him and Nazer have talked about it too. Like it's nice for him to have another young guy on the team too. I think it kind of makes him a little bit more comfortable. It seems in terms of just settling into the team in overall, but also his play on the ice as well. He kind of came out. Looks like he's a little bit better of a skater this year too, which is something that needed to be addressed. And he's not letting guys chip at him every game. Like you've always seen the clips of Marchand giving it to him, giving him a little bit of a hard time in his rookie year. And now he's fighting back. Like who was it that he was going up and down the ice with, trading slashes and then kind of got in a little scrum a few weeks ago. And guy was significantly bigger than him too. So he's not scared to get in the mix a little bit. You see his face. I think he got caught with a high stick up a week or so ago. He's out there bleeding. He's changed up his game a little bit. He's definitely gotten a little bit tougher. He's acting a little bit tougher now that he seems to be a little bit more comfortable in the league. So who knows what'll happen by then? But yeah, it's interesting to see what'll happen with the Olympics team because do you think Crosby will go to the wing or do you think McDavid will go to the wing? Since Crosby's going to be captain. Not that matters too much, but
Depends how you set the lines. Like, obviously, I think you got to keep McDavid at center. He's the best player in the world, and he just flies through the middle of the ice. I think moving him to the wing doesn't make a lot of sense. But then when it comes to McKinnon or Crosby or Braden Point, I think those guys can kind of move around depending on how you want to put the lines together. It's good problems to have anyways. I think you have so many guys that are good at the center position, and if some of them are more comfortable playing or they've played the wing before and more comfortable, you got to go that route. And I don't think McDavid ever really plays the wing.
Did he play in World Juniors or did he play center? His
question.
Underage year.
He might have played it when he was 16. He might have played the wing, but a long time ago now. I mean, he definitely plays the wing when he's playing the odd time with Draisaitl. I feel like Draisaitl takes a lot of the draws, and they're definitely interchangeable. It's probably sometimes they're on the wing, sometimes they're center. So I'm sure McDavid could do it, but if you have the best center and best player in the world, you put him in a position to succeed.
Yeah, it looks like, according to, I don't know how accurate this is, but I should remember, but it was a long time ago. But 2015 World Junior Championship, so I think that was his underage year. He played wing with Curtis Lazar and Nick Patan on that team. So I think it was the next year. It was the big team, like him, Bennett, Domi, all those guys. Like that was probably that 2016 World Junior team was probably one of the best World Junior teams of all time.
Did they win it?
Yeah, they won both years.
Oh, they won both years.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he did too, didn't he?
I'm gonna say I thought they might have lost. He might have lost one, but
Two World
might
Juniors.
be wrong on that.
Oh no. No, sorry, I was wrong. I got it backwards. They won in 2015, finished fourth in 2014. My bad. It wasn't
Right.
2016. It was yeah, you're right.
So they won the Patan year with
Yeah.
Lazar. Yeah, Lazar was captain. I remember that.
Yeah, so that was that must have been the big year with I always get 2016 and 2015 mixed up. Interesting. Yeah, so we'll see. So maybe he won't play wing. Maybe I mean I kind of agree with you too. Best player in the world. I was just thinking out of in terms of respect for Crosby, who will be captain of the team. Like maybe he'll kind of take lead up center. But
What did they do
okay,
at Four Nations? Did they have the Nova Scotia line with Crosby and McKinnon and Marchand?
they might have sent it out a couple times, but I don't think it was a regular occurrence.
I think Stone was on that top line, maybe.
Yeah,
Point. They got a lot of righties. That's the tough thing with Bedard. They got so many good righties.
I think he played. Yeah, I guess he did play. He did play wing during the Four Nations, according to Elite Prospects. So he's playing out of position, asked to spot the left wing instead of center role. So yeah, I mean, if he did it at Four Nations, he could be doing it at the Olympics too. If he already did it then.
Yeah, I could see it happening for sure.
Another guy that could make the Olympic team for Team USA, Logan Cooley, who just extended for 80 million over 8 years with Utah, 10 mil a year. Kid is on fire this year. Just an absolute powerhouse for Utah. What do you think of that signing? And do you think Ryan Smith is one of the best owners in the NHL? Because the guy has
That's
completely turned that franchise around since he bought it from Arizona.
Yeah, the Mammoth are on fire this year. I don't know if it's the new mascot or what, but they got all these young guys. They've been kind of cooking for a little while. A lot of them are on pretty solid contracts. That Cooley contract, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And only a couple years in the league, he's already, but this year he's got 8 or 9 goals already, just lighting it up. So that team's I think in first or second place. So probably well deserved, and Smith is willing to dish out the cash.
Yeah, and he cares about the players and he cares about the fans too. It seems I saw another interview of him on Chicklets the other day, and one thing too. Have you seen the guy's office? Just
It looks pretty
hundreds of
cool with all the
shoes.
shoes. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like a Foot Locker in his office. Just
not
insane.
bad.
But
He's
that
got some swag for an owner.
yeah, for sure. Like never see him really wearing a suit. He's always wearing a backwards hat and a hoodie or a nice button up. He sits.
Mm.
He doesn't sit in the press box. He sits like on the glass, banging on the glass.
Yeah, you don't see that very often from an owner.
No, he kind of reminds me of like Mark Cuban when Mark Cuban
Yeah,
bought the Mavericks. Like Mark
yeah,
Cuban was like seems like a real true sports guy, not just some rich guy that wanted to own a sports team. Like actually cared about turning the team around. Actually cared about fan experience and what the players actually thought. And that's something I wanted to ask you too, as a player who's obviously you play in the NHL, you've played overseas. What do you look for in an owner of a team? Like what do you want to see from the owner for on a team that you're joining?
yeah. I think you definitely want them to care about your personal situation, your locker room. They just built a brand new practice facility. Obviously, the money is nice, and spending to the cap is what you need to be a successful team in the league. But it's the going above and beyond, the little extra things here and there. Some nice breakfast in the morning from a personal chef, or nice meals after the game that maybe some other organizations don't do.
Got to get that good breakfast in.
A nice omelet when you show up to the rink that's the best.
Maybe pay those hotel bills too. Something that Arizona wasn't doing. But
Yeah,
no, I totally get that. Like it really starts from the top down when it comes to a sports franchise. It seems, and you could tell such a big difference from. I mean, Arizona was all the way at the bottom that you could ask from an owner. Like everything that Arizona did, you pretty much wanted to do the opposite. But I mean, also like Ryan Smith has owned the Utah Jazz in the NBA for a while, so he knows what it takes to own a high level franchise. And the fact that they're redoing the arena still, they made some renovations to the inside. So I think it's the lower bowl or the second bowl, but just like it goes up now. It's kind of like the Bell Center in Montreal parts of it, where it's just so steep. He was even saying, he's like, yeah, you don't, if you fall down those stairs, you're playing defense. You're on the ice, so don't fall.
But watch out, don't fall.
I think there's still a couple more renovations they have to make, so all of the ice is visible from everywhere. But the fact that they've acted so quickly in the first 2 years, and they've already seen such success, and they're getting these big contracts done. Utah's looking good.
Yeah, we'll see if they can continue it though. I feel like they always have solid starts, and then middle of the season the grind gets kind of tough. I don't know if it's the travel or the amount of games, and they end up dropping off. So I'd like to see them continue it, push through, and their owner is great, and he's really trying to just grow the game of hockey in Utah too.
Yeah,
seems like grassroots, get some more rinks built. Get the community involved. I think he really did that with the Jazz and basketball in Utah. We'll see if he can do it with hockey as well.
Might have to get you a Utah Mammoth contract, Chucky.
Yeah, I'll be the skills coach or something maybe one day. I'd love to go visit down there for a game. I hear it's an awesome town.
I hear it's beautiful out there.
Mountains and
apparently
no booze though.
They do. I was just gonna say they do sell booze at the games. They do sell beers.
Yeah, you got to go up to like a specific spot, and I think you can only get 1 or 2 drinks at a time or something. But
you don't need 4 at once.
Yeah, some guys don't.
Some guys don't. True. Marchand took a leave from the Panthers to coach his friend's daughter's team, who died of cancer the other day. He went back to Nova Scotia to fill in with a U18 team that he is part owner of, apparently. But he went to coach in a charity game to raise funds for his friend who lost his daughter. So pretty awesome thing of Marshy to do that, and awesome of the Panthers to let him take that quick leave as well.
Yeah, him and Bodnarchuk, I think they both went and helped coach that game. And obviously it just goes to show, good maritime guys. I think there's a lot of it's tough to do in the middle of an NHL season, especially Florida's been on a bit of a slide, and they're probably not at the top of the standings like they'd like to be. But when you have close friends, trainers, little things like that, and you're taking the time out of your NHL season to go do that, it's pretty incredible.
Tough position for the Panthers to be in overall this year, with them losing 3 of their top guys, but it shows the class of the organization and the class of Marshy to take that trip out there. And it's sorry to the family of his friend that lost their daughter. That's a heartbreaking thing, especially someone at such a young age. I think she was only 10 years old. So awesome of Marshy to get out there and do that for them.
For sure.
One thing we forgot to mention about Crosby, 1,700 points he hit the other night. 9th player in history to hit 1,700. Let's talk about Crosby and the Pens for a second. I don't think anyone could have predicted they'd be off to such a hot start either.
Oh, they're looking awesome.
They're supposed to be rebuilding.
Malkin, I think he's leading the league in assists or something, and Sydney's not slowing down. So everybody kind of thought they were going to be maybe tanking for McKenna, or maybe Crosby would get traded to Colorado at some point. But if they're top 3-4 in the standings, they got a chance to get in the playoffs. And I think Erik Karlsson's playing well too. They got that Brad Zoe who's kind of come out of nowhere, big righty, and maybe Dubas is putting a nice squad together there,
which is shocking.
The analytics is really finally paying off.
It's funny. I think Chicklets was talking about it too, like telling Crosby, like, hey, yeah, you're supposed to be tanking, and Crosby just doesn't. I don't think Crosby knows what that means. You can't expect Sidney Crosby, who's been one of the greatest hockey players ever, to sit back and who knows how long he has left. I'm sure he'll be able to play for probably another 5 years if he wants to. But the fact that he's still playing at this level, at this age, in that league is insane. And it's tough that you're not going to see guys like Malkin and Ovi in the Olympics this year.
Do you think Crosby plays until he gets like 2,000 points, or do you think once he hits 40, he's just kind of done?
With how he's going, that could be another 3 seasons, depending 3.5 seasons.
100 points a year. Yeah. He's got one more year on his contract.
Yeah, and then after that, I'm sure he'll sign for another 8.7 for another 2 years and see if he hits it.
Hit the 2,000 point mark. There's probably not a lot of guys that hit 2,000 points.
Let's see how many NHL players.
I think he's creeping up on Lemieux here pretty soon. Lemieux is just a little bit ahead of him, I want to say.
Only one player has hit 2,000. It's Wayne Gretzky.
Really? So yeah, that'd be a pretty cool feat.
Yeah,
I'm sure McDavid will hit it. He's definitely on pace for it.
Yeah, Crosby's 9th with 1702. Second is Yager with 1921. And it goes Messier 1887, Gordie Howe 1850, Ron Francis 1798, Marcel Dion 1771, Stevie Yzerman 1755, and then Mario is at 1723. So Crosby should pass Mario this year. Yeah. Maybe in the next few weeks, next month or so.
Yeah, probably will only take him a month to get 23 points.
Yeah. So unreal for him. It's nice. I was always a Crosby hater growing up. I always just kind of thought he was soft. Obviously respected his game and thought he was talented, but as I've gotten older and seen more of him, obviously the respect has grown, and you can't deny that he's one of the best to ever do it, and he's a great face to have for the game. And the fact that he's still out there doing it is crazy at this level.
He's one of the GOATs for sure.
100%.
And if he hits 2,000 points, it's a guaranteed GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely of our generation.
100%. It's kind of crazy, too, that we've gotten to see like two of the greatest of all time with Crosby and now McDavid kind of on the rise. Two of the greatest players in hockey history, in both in kind of our generations of us growing up.
Yeah. We didn't quite get much of Gretzky. I think I actually did see him play a game in Calgary when he played for the Rangers back in the day. I would have been probably like 7 or 8 years old, but I didn't get to appreciate how good he was. But you're really looking up to Crosby, and now watching McDavid. Those guys are pretty special at their sport.
Man, that's so cool that you got to see him. Gretz live.
Yeah. It would have been one of his last years too.
Man, that's unreal. That's crazy. That's something to hold on to. Do you remember much of it, or is it kind of just like a blip in the memory?
It's a blur for sure. We didn't go to many Flames games when I was a kid, but my dad was a huge fan of the Oilers and a huge fan of Gretzky, so I think that was kind of a special either birthday moment for me, or he was feeling generous and took me to that game. And the only other game I remember going to when I was really young was a game in Disneyland. We went to the Anaheim game. They were playing the Dallas Stars, and my favorite player growing up was number 9, Mike Modano. So
nice.
Those are two pretty cool games when I was a kid.
That's awesome. My player growing up was Jerome McGinley. I think I only got to see him maybe once or twice. I would have saw him at the Dome. My dad would have taken me. And I remember I think it was grade 1 or 2. Whatever year the Olympics was, if it was 2000 or 2001. Or sorry, 2001, 2002, one of those years. I remember it was elementary school, obviously, grade 1 or 2. Basically shut down the classes and put a TV in our classroom watching Canada the Olympics. And I didn't even know what Ginla looked like at the time. I just knew that I loved watching him play. And I remember my buddy, he popped up on screen. My friend was like, "Hey, there's Jerome McGinley. It's your favorite player." And I was just so happy to see Ginla playing in the Olympics.
So pumped. I think everybody remembers the 2002 Olympics. So that was all time, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anything else that you want to touch on? Harley was the other kind of big extension for Dallas. He got 10.59, it looks like, for 8 years, so 84.7 overall. Good signing for Dallas, I think.
Yeah, he might be on the Olympic team as well.
Yeah, he was on 4 Nations, so Harley, obviously a good talent on D, young kid, good contract for him. What do you think about? Do you think that price is good for Dallas, good for Harley? Do you think it should have been more? Should have been less?
Seems pretty high for, only being in the league for a couple of years, but that's kind of the way the contracts are going right now. And Cooley the same way. There's no more bridge deals, so
Yeah.
you get those guys in at 10 to 11 million, and if they take off and they're Cooley's getting 100 points, 110 points, then you don't got to pay them the 15 or 17 million that you got to pay Kaprizov. So we'll see 5 or 6 years down the road if those deals are good or not.
So sorry to go back to Ryan Smith for a second. I just saw this notification from last night. He's like, "Hey, Jazz fans," this is a tweet. "Hey, Jazz fans, I've got 4 courtside seats tonight. Who can make it? Tell me why." He had 2 people. That was like, one guy was talking about his 8-year-old son. Ryan's like, "Send me your email. We'll get you 2 tickets tonight. Game's at 7. Another person, it's like, "Me and my husband just got married. Would love to do something for our basically honeymoon." He's like, "Send me your email. We'll get you 2 tickets." So he's just gave out 4 tickets 4 courtside seats on Twitter for the Utah Jazz game last night. Like what a guy. You don't see any other owners tweeting out, maybe Mark Cuban, but you don't see any other owners of sports franchises tweeting out, "Hey, let's get you guys some tickets."
I'll take a couple tickets too if you're feeling generous.
Yeah. I'll take a job. I mean, I'll move to Utah. Frick.
They already got a mascot. You gotta find something else.
Man, mascots are talented too. I don't even know. I wore a mascot suit one time at MRU, the Cougar suit. Dude, I was so drenched in sweat when I took that thing off. It was disgusting. I'm sure the professional ones are a little bit more high tech than the one that MRU had, but dude, it was disgusting. I took that thing off in the athletics offices, and I remember I was a assistant strength conditioning coach at the time for some of the varsity teams, and a couple of the girls from the women's volleyball team walked in, and they looked at me and they're like, "You look disgusting." I was like, I was just in this fucking suit for 3 hours.
Yeah, they probably thought you were in a sauna with a garbage bag on, riding a bike or something.
Dude,
no, just a mascot costume.
I've never been so drenched. It was disgusting. I was like, oh, it was nasty.
They don't get paid enough.
No, man. And
like, you can't even drink water while you're doing it. So that's a tough job.
No, man. And the NBA ones are like doing flips, some of them. They're jumping off trampolines, doing slam dunks. Like, what?
Halftime show is a big deal in the NBA.
It's crazy. Chucky, anything else that you want to add before we get out of here to go to the stream?
No, I think, obviously, Halloween's coming. You got lots of funny outfits, guys wearing costumes, and I'm sure this weekend you'll see a lot more of them. But it's exciting times. So much sports, hockey. You got baseball, basketball start back up, football. Thanks to our partner Bombastic for getting us in on the Bombastic Cup, and you got the holidays coming soon. We're probably gonna get our Christmas tree going up after our little November break that we have we're going to Malta. So it's the season's looking good right now.
You can't put the Christmas tree up until after November 11th, though.
November 11th is the date?
Remembrance Day in Canada.
Makes sense. I know some people that put it up like November 1st, right after.
It's nuts.
Or
it drives me nuts.
Some guys wait till after the American Thanksgiving, but that's like all the way end of November. You got to get it up before that.
I mean, do you? You could put it up December 1st.
Yeah, that probably would make the most sense. But when you're over here, you want the house to be lit up with some lights and get a little festive. The Christmas markets start early here, so
fair.
Those will be fun.
Since you mentioned Bombastic, I'll get through this real quick. We talked about him earlier, and we're popping on stream right after this. But Athlete Artist Show is teamed up with Bombastic Casino for our 6th season. Bombastic.com is a crypto casino and sportsbook offering a wide variety of slots, live tables, and sports markets. Right now, new casino players can get a 100% deposit match up to 1 Bitcoin. That is over $100,000 if you don't know how much 1 Bitcoin is equivalent to. Plus 250 extra free spins unlocked over 5 days. Their newly launched sportsbook is live too. Check out the sports promo page for boosted odds, including a US sports boost up to 150%. Expect more promos and free bet opportunities rolling out soon. There's no better time to kick off your casino and sports season at bombastic.com. Bombastic Cup right now. You can check our Twitter and follow along with us. Zach is up 3-2 in the World Series. His profits were up even when I was winning the series. He got more profits than I did. But check out Bombastic. Use code AAS when you sign up. And we will see you guys next week.
Go Jays, go. Peace.
Go Dodgers.